Welcome to the daily prayer service for Monday, March 2nd. My name is Diane Edelman. I'm currently an elder serving on session and a presbytery commissioner. Today's question is, if you were to teach a child what it means to be a good neighbor, what would you say? At first listen, you're probably thinking, this is easy. We've all done this, right? I'm also a teacher, and while I currently teach middle school, I've also taught nursery school and elementary grades. And when you're a teacher, teaching how to be a good neighbor is a daily lesson. When I first think of this question, I think of two things. I think of honesty, and I think actions speak louder than words. It's like those t-shirts that say be kind on them. If you're wearing a t-shirt that says be kind and you're yelling at your neighbor, that kind of defeats the purpose. And then instead of showing God's grace, you're casting doubt out there in the world. I believe in being honest with children, appropriate to their age level, of course. We need to teach them ways to be a good neighbor, but we also need to teach them honestly and tell them that it's not always easy. In the Good Samaritan parable, the expert in the law asks Jesus, "Who is my neighbor?" And then he later answers that the person in the parable who was the good neighbor was the one that showed mercy. Is that what we also need to remind our children when teaching them to be a good neighbor? Mercy, forgiveness, grace, and perseverance, both for our neighbors and at times for ourselves. We need to connect our lessons to Jesus, and we need to practice what we preach. If as adults we are not kind to a difficult neighbor, whether it be the physical neighbor next door, a person in line at the airport, or a neighbor or even a church member whose politics differ greatly from ours, then we're not showing mercy. Let's admit that sometimes this is not easy. God knows this. Back to our beautiful and wonderful children. When they show kindness to a neighbor and get it right, let's praise them and copy their actions. Please pray with me. Loving God, help us to teach children of all ages what it means to be a good neighbor each and every day with sincere words and actions. Help us to be honest about our struggles at times, to model being a good neighbor to everyone in our path, and to know you walk that path with us every day. Help us to trust Jesus' example always. Amen. Have a great Monday, everyone.